Hey guys, my name is Elizabeth Bell, but here in the Metaverse, my friends know me as Tizzy. For over 20 years, the Metaverse has been an important part of my life and has affected so many things, including my friendships, my career, my relationships, and even the person who I am today. I've seen firsthand how virtual spaces can positively affect people's real lives, my own included. As a longtime veteran of virtual worlds, I've seen so many projects rise and fall over the years. Some of these projects did things right, others left behind lessons that other worlds can learn from in the future. Today, we're going to talk about what the Metaverse is and how we can learn from the lessons of the past to build a better platform for the future.
You have to see it for yourself.
The Metaverse is a persistent online space that allows people from around the world to connect and engage as their virtual representations called avatars. Every user in the Metaverse has an avatar, and an incredibly vibrant multi-billion-dollar microtransaction economy of virtual goods has developed around the customization of these digital personas. In the Metaverse, creators build worlds which can range from photorealistic captures of reality all the way to surreal fantasy landscapes. The Metaverse is a canvas on which anything people can imagine can be materialized and experienced together with other people from around the world. Spaces like these mean different things to different people because it allows for a wide variety of use cases ranging from social encounters to entertainment, virtual production, and even business collaboration. During the pandemic, the social VR sector of the market saw parabolic growth because people realized that the Metaverse offers a viable way to virtually meet up with friends while feeling the same chemistry and presence that they do in real life. As VR hardware and processing technology progresses, these worlds will continue to become more immersive and will continue to tear down social, cultural, and physical barriers on a global scale. In the early 2000s, social media companies forever changed the internet because they allowed everyone to easily contribute their own content to the web without any programming experience required. This accessibility was a pivotal moment that created a tidal wave of user-generated content that ushered in a new era of the internet called Web 2.0. Much like the early days of the web, the Metaverse is currently built by a handful of tech-savvy programmers and 3D artists. Building spaces for the current generation of virtual worlds requires technical knowledge of applications such as Blender, Unity, and Photoshop. The current generation of Metaverse platforms are capable of rendering beautiful immersive spaces. However, once loaded, these worlds are static and unable to be changed by the users from within. Much like the early Web 1.0 era of the internet, these static game levels are built by a small fraction of the users who possess the technical know-how necessary to create content. Designing the platform to be dynamic from the ground up while providing users with simple and understandable in-world tools will ultimately increase the amount of creators, enabling a higher degree of crowdsourcing and growth. This increased accessibility will mark another pivotal moment in internet history because it will level the playing field and allow everybody to contribute to building the Metaverse in the same way that they were able to on Facebook and YouTube. The Metaverse is the ultimate blank canvas for self-expression, and it all starts with allowing users to shape their digital identity. When there's an emotional connection to the space, communities will naturally form, and it results in a powerful sense of belonging and self-actualization. Allowing creators to sell their digital assets while providing users with a marketplace of digital clothing, hair, shoes, and accessories is a crucial part of increasing user traction, while also functioning as a key component of the platform's revenue model. Being able to convert digital currency into real money will incentivize digital artists to bring content into the world and will also encourage the growth of a vibrant microtransaction economy of virtual goods. Real-world monetary incentive means more content. More content means more users, and more users will result in accelerated growth of the virtual goods marketplace. This cycle is the foundation of user-generated content Metaverse platforms and will ultimately result in sustained growth of the world for years to come. As graphical fidelity continues to improve, the Metaverse will emerge as a new soundstage and virtual production medium for feature films, episodic, web video content, streamers, and YouTube personalities. Distributors such as HBO have already started producing high-quality content from within these spaces. Shows like Disney's The Mandalorian have also started implementing virtual production technologies into their workflow using the same game engines which also power virtual worlds like this. Providing a robust toolset to filmmakers and video content creators will establish the metaverse as a viable part of the production workflow, ranging from feature to indie to the rapid creation of collaborative animatics and storyboarding. One of the most powerful aspects of the metaverse is allowing groups of people to gather for virtual events, including live music festivals, which have now been established as an important part of social VR culture. It made people realize that these spaces will continue to be a viable medium for live performances, providing musicians, recording artists, DJs, and producers with powerful audio tools for streaming and production will encourage the growth of both virtual and mixed reality music events. While the technology itself is an incredibly important part of building the architecture of social VR spaces, at the end of the day, the real power of virtual worlds is in their ability to facilitate connections between people. Behind every avatar is a real human with real feelings, and many times these connections can cross over into real life. 15 years ago, I met my own fiancé in an early version of the metaverse and have personally seen how these spaces can bring people together. Communities and interest groups are the backbone of social VR and an important part of keeping users active, engaged, and returning to the platform year after year. Community growth in the metaverse is crucial for fostering user growth of the world. Providing community leaders and managers with the social tools necessary for event planning, venue security, and promotion will ultimately affect the overall user adoption and retention within the platform itself. As we see companies moving towards remote work and allowing employees a higher degree of location independence, creating systems that allow for group collaboration is more important than ever. The same tools that allow for dynamic virtual production, community building, and event hosting can also be utilized as collaboration tools for all business sizes, ranging from small startups to large enterprise-level organizations. Real-time rapid prototyping, document collaboration, screening rooms for film production, dailies, and deliverables, and a vast range of meeting spaces are a few examples of how the metaverse can be used to improve business workflows.
That is a big question. I guess it's an all-encompassing thing, right? It's just something that brings people from every single different kind of community together.
The metaverse, to me, is a place where I can explore all these creative outlets that people have. And my favorite ones to explore are these really well done fan-made amalgamations of pop culture. Like this one where I'm like living like the Blade Runner dream and I'm in a huge cyberpunk utopia. Or tomorrow I could go and explore something based off of Alien or Terminator. It's amazing.
The metaverse to me is a place where I can hang out with people, where I can share my interests with people, really, and I don't know, learn new hobbies.
I'm a FedEx truck driver. I get very lonely on the road, right? So when I'm driving, I get very lonely. And then when I come home, I use VR chat and other applications to not feel as alone, to not feel lonely. I log on here, I have my fun, and then I log out.
When you get a certain age, you've done a whole lot of things in your lifetime, so you get kind of bored. So this was something new and exciting and different. It gives you a chance to have time off to yourself, but also to have time with people that you meet and friends.
I mean, it's the absolute most incredible thing, you know? Usually with something, you have to spend either a bunch of money with it, or you have to like search up a bunch of stuff. But with the metaverse, you can meet that person right then and there. They can tell you all about it. They can bring you to the world. They can teach you everything about it.
So I like to engage in what I call renegade education. I run around VR and I just love just teaching people stuff who kind of like to listen. It sharpens my basically lecturing skills. Holding actual lectures is really good too, because well basically You have no sense of logistics anymore. All of a sudden, you can teleport to the campus, to the classroom. You don't even need to bring textbook or materials or anything. Everything is in the VR world.
Let's see. That's a big hefty question. Only because when I was tiny, I was always bedbound, and I never really had anything to go or show my imagination with, or nothing. Especially when there's just a white ceiling to look at. And what the metaverse meant to me was that it brought color. It brought different environments that I could have gone to without even leaving my bed.
Well, the metaverse for me is a few things, one of which is another component of reality. I don't see it as an artificial means of reality. I think it's just another part of what we already experience.
That's what keeps people coming back here, is because every day is a roller coaster of different events, meeting different people, maybe drama, maybe learning. It's different every single time. Every single time. That's what it is.